Welcome to the Powers of Mind Hour. I'm Brother Malcolm, author, philosopher, and a man on a mission to change how I think and live. Change what I think about myself. Someone asked me not too long ago, I was talking to them about Enlightenism. We had a very enlightening, thought-provoking discussion, and the person said, well, Brother Malcolm, break it down to me. How can I change my life? Where am I going to get some power that's greater than all of the things I have heard about outside of me? Other people have this. Other people have all of the education. Other people have all of the money. Other people have all of the freedom. What can I do? He said, I'm just a brother on the streets. And you're talking about something that I've never heard of. Not in the way you're talking about it. And I said, brother, let me tell you something. You are powerful. And act and think all the time that you are powerful. Revalue your mind to believe that if what is in you is greater than what is outside of you. See, what is in you is greater than what is outside of you. And that's all the confusion. When we stop trying to be like other people and we create role models that we want to be like certain people, then we distract from ourselves. We devalue ourselves. Be like the power you were created to be. Be yourself, and you will fulfill everything that you were created to be, created to have in this world. Everything that you need is in you. And so he looked at me and said, well, that's kind of difficult to believe, because he believed that he didn't have any power. He didn't believe he didn't have any power. It's like if you go down into any city in the United States, but I'm familiar with the cities in California. So you go down to, say, Los Angeles, and you are somewhere on Crenshaw, and you see people living, manifesting something in life, and there's a commonality. See, there's a commonality about the mind. The mind then becomes accustomed to the way people are acting. And then you just go over to Sunset or Wilshire. Then you begin to see a different mindset. You begin to see people act differently. Why? Act like you have power. If you act like you do not have power, that's what you manifest in your life. And this manifesting in your life that you don't have power is what people see you manifesting. They said, this is what you're about. This is why you acting this way. And then everyone around you is acting this way. And now there's a certain level of comfort that you feel from being like everyone else. And Enlightenism is not about being like everyone else, because you know for a fact everyone else was just the way, have been taught the way to think of themselves as you are. And what you're working to do is to free yourself from being like everyone else. You're not a victim, you're not powerless. And the only time you become a victim and powerless is when you listen to somebody else. And when someone else tells you about who you should connect your history to, then you start fighting over history. You want to be in history. This is not the freedom I'm talking about. I'm talking about absolute freedom. I'm not talking about anything artificial. I'm not talking about all of this crave that the people are in the United States of America on this artificial intelligence kick. I'm not talking about that. I'm not interested in anything artificial. I want something authentic. And I am authentic, and you are authentic. We are authentic because we have this great power in us, the God consciousness. And if we're willing to go and learn from ourselves with this form of what I call self-knowledge, direct knowledge from the source of the power within you, if you're willing to believe it. But many people don't believe it. They don't believe you can learn more than someone has taught you about how to be an attorney. to go into a courtroom. Now you think that you're doing something, but you're not. You're not. But you believe that you are because others want you to believe this about it. And then over and over and over, like pushing a boulder up the hill, as Camus said, the writer, philosopher said, and it just, you watch it, you push it up to the top, and it falls right back down, and you keep pushing it up the boulder to the top, and it keeps falling down. Well, that's what the people are taught us to do. Now, I'm talking about people of all races and colors. But people don't believe it. When you see me, what do you see? You see what's in you. You see what you think of yourself and what somebody told you about the way I look. But you don't see me. You don't see my essence. But I see my essence. And when I see my essence, then I know that I am whole, perfect, and complete. The only thing I need to change is to let go of what others taught me about who I am and the way this world is. And if you have a strong commitment and a desire to get out of this illusion, this man-made illusion, this human illusion, that have you chasing everything, trying to fix everything in something that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in the way that you think that it exists. It exists the way that you have been taught to perceive things. And then you give it great power. We give great power. Give great power to things. Whether it's a skyscraper building, you give great power to Golden Gate Bridge, Bay Bridge, Oakland Bay Bridge, whatever it is, you give great power to it. Look what we have done. And then you devalue yourself. But when you revalue yourself with enlightenism, then you act like you have power because you do have power. You're manifesting power. This is not acting like in a movie. This is not a role. This is who you are. You're manifesting your actions. Your actions are expressing power. Your actions are expressing something unknown to the external world. They don't know you. They don't know your power because you are not following what everybody else is following. They want to know, why aren't you like us? Why don't you follow everything that we're doing? Why would you want to believe in yourself with all of these great people we can tell you about? We can tell you about all of the great people. We can tell you about the philosophers. We can tell you about the psychologists. We can tell you all of those things. But I can't tell you how to get the power. Except the power in the illusion, which is not power. Real power, folks, comes from the power within. Enlightenism is a new way to think and live. It's a new system of thought. It's a new way to think of yourself. Enlightenism is the greater power within you. It is the God consciousness in you. I'm Brother Malcolm. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.